For a worker living paycheck to paycheck, the traditional 2-week pay cycle can feel like an eternity. Unexpected car repairs, urgent medical bills, or simply groceries for the week do not wait around for a biweekly payday. This mismatch between when you earn your money and when you actually receive it has fueled the massive rise of earned wage access platforms, commonly known as EWA. Among these platforms, DailyPay is one of the most widely adopted by major employers. When you take out a payday loan, a lender advances you capital based on expected future earnings, charging high APRs, interest rates, or finance charges. DailyPay, on the other hand, operates on money you have already earned. The process begins behind the scenes through direct integration between your employer's timekeeping system, such as ADP, Kronos, or Workday, and the DailyPay platform. Every time you clock out from a shift or log completed hours, that data is transmitted to DailyPay. DailyPay then runs proprietary algorithms to calculate your net earnings. It takes your gross earnings, your hourly rate multiplied by hours worked, and subtracts estimated withholdings. These withholdings account for federal, state, and local taxes, as well as pre-tax benefits like health insurance, retirement contributions, or court-ordered garnishments. The final figure generated is displayed in the app as your available balance, or DailyPay balance. It is important to note that DailyPay rarely makes 100% of your gross pay available for early transfer. To protect against overpayment or accounting errors, platforms usually cap early access to a percentage of your net earnings, typically anywhere from 50% to 100%, depending on the specific agreement with your employer. Once you have an available balance, you have the option to transfer those funds to your personal bank account, a debit card, or a payroll card before your scheduled payday. This is where the core functionality of DailyPay comes into play, specifically through its two main transfer speeds, standard transfers and instant transfers. A standard transfer uses the Automated Clearinghouse, or ACH, network. If you elect to make a standard transfer, the funds generally arrive in your bank account within 1 to 3 business days. Under DailyPay's pricing structure, standard ACH transfers are typically free of charge to the employee. This option is designed for non-urgent financial planning, such as queuing up money to cover a bill due in a few days. An instant transfer, often labeled as Now in the app, delivers the funds to your account within minutes, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including weekends and holidays. To achieve this instantaneous delivery, DailyPay utilizes real-time payment networks and debit card push networks. Because processing transactions through these real-time networks incurs external card processing fees, DailyPay charges a fee for instant transfers. This fee usually ranges from $2.49 to $3.99 per transfer, depending on the employer contract, though a flat $3.49 fee is standard for most users. DailyPay also offers fee-waived instant transfers if users transfer their earnings onto a branded DailyPay debit card or set up specific direct deposit options. Understanding how the money flows on payday is crucial to avoiding confusion when viewing your bank accounts. When an employee signs up for DailyPay, their employer updates the direct deposit routing information so that the official paycheck is routed through a DailyPay clearing account. On your regular payday, your employer sends your full net pay to DailyPay. DailyPay then automatically subtracts any early transfers you made during that pay period, along with any applicable transfer fees. The remaining balance, known as remainder pay, is immediately deposited into your personal primary bank account. If you made 0 early transfers during the pay period, your full net paycheck is deposited into your bank account on payday at no cost, exactly as it normally would be. While earned wage access provides a safety net for unexpected expenses, it introduces distinct financial dynamics that workers must navigate carefully. The primary advantage of DailyPay is liquidity and short-term liquidity management. By giving workers immediate access to money they have already earned, it helps them avoid predatory alternatives such as payday lenders, title loans, bank overdraft fees, or late payment penalties on utilities and rent. Avoiding a $35 bank overdraft fee by paying a $3.49 instant transfer fee is, on paper, a net financial win in an emergency. However, the primary risk of frequent daily pay use lies in behavioral cash flow disruption, often referred to as the EWA treadmill. When a worker routinely transfers 50% or 80% of their earnings prior to payday, their final payday deposit, their remainder pay, is drastically reduced. When payday arrives with a significantly smaller check, the worker may struggle to pay fixed recurring expenses like rent or car payments, prompting them to immediately begin transferring earnings from the next pay period as soon as their next shifts are worked. This creates a cycle of constant early wage reliance. Additionally, while a flat $3.49 fee may seem small, repetitive instant transfers can accumulate quietly. For instance, if an employee makes 5 instant transfers per week, they are spending roughly $70 a month just to access their own wages. Converted into an annualized percentage rate based on small transfer amounts over short durations, microtransaction fees can represent a high cost for convenience. To use DailyPay as a constructive financial tool rather than a crutch, workers should implement a few key strategies. First, prioritize standard, free ACH transfers whenever an expense is not an immediate emergency. Planning expenses 2 days ahead eliminates fee drain entirely. Second, treat earned wage access as an emergency buffer rather than a daily checking account. Monitoring your earned balance in real time can offer peace of mind, but leaving the funds untouched until payday maintains the stability of a full, predictable paycheck. Ultimately, DailyPay transforms the rigid, traditional payroll structure into an on-demand system. By understanding the calculations behind your available balance, the fee structures associated with transfer speeds, and the mechanics of remainder pay deposits, you can leverage liquidity when you need it while preserving your long-term financial health.